101.5 Speed FM.
Catch us if you can.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am lucky. I am lucky. You are my favorite song. I am lucky. I am lucky. Same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. So I am lucky. I am lucky. You are my favorite song. I am lucky. I am lucky. I am lucky.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host today on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And Speedy Talk is a program for the youth where we talk about things that concern and affect the youth. And today our focus is young adults living with parents. What do you think about young adults still living in their parents' house, for long, even after school, or even until they get married, or even until they get a job? That is what we are going to be talking about today. Do you believe that there is a certain age that they come to, that they are supposed to maybe leave their house and maybe go outside and then fend for themselves, experience life on their own? Or should they, continue living in their parents' house until maybe they get that dream job, or they actually get to a point where they get married? Now, you also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
Call in and be part of the show this afternoon on Speedy Talk. And let's talk about young adults still living in their parents' house. Do you think that this is bad? Do you think that it makes them to become too comfortable and maybe not even do anything for themselves? Or do you think that it actually helps? Whatever it is that is your take, well, you're going to call in and then let us know. And like I mentioned, I am not here alone. I am here with Felicity, and we're going to start talking about it. And you also feel free to call in at any point in time and also be part of the show. So Felicity, let's hear you. What do you think about young adults living in their parents' house, until it gets to a point maybe they get married and maybe get their dream job,
I don't necessarily have anything about, I don't necessarily have any criticisms, or I don't think it's wrong for young adults to live with their parents to some extent. I just feel like maybe if they are let me say, contributing to the house and to a few things in the house in one way or another, then it's very okay. But to a certain point where if they are living with their parents and they are not contributing to the household at all, that I think that is where, especially those in their late 20s and all, I mean, you're living in your house. It's not a bad thing because it's your parents' house, right? But if you're just living there and just taking and taking and taking, you're not even contributing anything to the house, then I think I have something, I feel like there's something wrong with that one.
Okay, so it's okay for them to stay, up to that point, even before they get married, even though they are of age, as long as they have not found a wife. If the person is heading to 40, whatever age, as long as maybe they have not gotten that job that they're looking for or anything, it's still okay for them to stay as long as they are contributing.
But it will still be nice for you to leave. Like, let me say, like, I think if you reach like in your late 20s or early 30s, I think that's a very responsible age for you to leave the house, right? And move into your own space. And let me say, just be doing something for yourself. Yes, from that age you should be able to stay alone and you'll be able to build your own independence from that age. Yes.
All right, so you also can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Call in and let us know what you think about young adults living in their parents' house, before they get married, stay in that phase where it's just awkward. Maybe you don't have a job yet or you're not married yet. Some people would say, Felicity, some people say that, well, if it's for the girl, then it's okay for the person to stay at home till they get married. But then for a guy, it's not okay. I don't know why there is a difference or why. Do you have an idea why people actually come out with that?
I think
something
one,
like that?
I've heard somebody say that is because, well, men are the providers and men are the men of the house and all those things. So if you do not know how to live on your own and how to build your independence, then even how will you do it when you get married? I've heard some people say that. So I think maybe that's why.
So do you also agree, like, okay, for the men, they should go and find their way and then stay on their own? Even if they have not, made it all in life, not about to start their own family, but like they should go and stay on their own. But then for the women, they can stay back and then until that's even for someone who plans to get married, because I believe this is our generation now. It's not everything, not everyone actually plans to get married. People are becoming bold about it, right?
Yes.
So you are saying for the men, it's okay.
For me, both men and women, there should be a certain age where they should
just
leave the
like
house.
Leave.
Yes, and go and get a job and start taking care of your own self.
Okay. All right. But earlier you said, well, as long as they are contributing, it's okay. So I don't know. This has got me divided. Like, are you agreeing or you're disagreeing?
I'm actually a little bit on both sides.
On both sides.
Yes.
Okay, we'll come to all of that. We'll go in depth with all of that. But if you have just joined us, this is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And this afternoon, we are talking about young adults living with parents. That awkward situation where someone is clearly, still young, but then they have become of age where they have to, maybe sometimes they even need privacy. They have to do things for themselves, but then they are still living in their parents' house. Do you think that is okay? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it benefits them? Do you think that it makes them to maybe become too dependent or become even lazy? Some people talk about it, them becoming lazy because they are staying there and then everything is just done for them. Even when it comes to decisions, sometimes it's not just about when it comes to taking care of themselves financially. And let us hear your own opinion on our topic of discussion. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
Call in and let us hear your opinion this afternoon on our topic of discussion on Speedy Talk. Do you think it's okay? And if you're someone in this situation right now, tell us what you think. Or if you're a parent that is you have a young adult a child that is still in your young adult son or daughter that is still in your house, and how does that make you feel? Do you at some point like feel like, okay, this person is supposed to move out even if they have not maybe they are not planning to get married yet, like they're supposed to move out, or should they just remain there until maybe they are ready to settle down and have a family of their own? How does it make you feel? Call in and let us know. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
Call in and let us hear from you. So you said you're a bit on both sides, right?
yes.
Felicity, that means
Yes.
you feel like there are advantages,
Yes.
of them actually remaining in their house,
yes.
and then still disadvantage.
Disadvantages.
But which one is more for you? Is it like the advantages or the disadvantage?
The disadvantages, I guess.
Are more for you?
Yes.
Okay, that means would really have to go into that more. But let's start with the good things. Like, what would you say are some of the advantages that, okay, when young adults stay in their house for so long, when they are not ready to settle down yet, what would you say are some of those advantages?
I would say financially it helps them, because if you are a young adult and you are still in your parents' house, you don't have to worry about things like accommodation.
Okay, you don't have to worry about accommodation.
I mean, you are living in your parents' house for free, right? So you
Okay.
don't necessarily have to worry about accommodation, even food sometimes, because you have your parents providing those things for you,
Okay.
rent, cost of living, and all those things. You don't have to worry
but don't
about.
you feel like that's like a burden to them on the other side? Because you say that's an advantage,
Yes.
but that advantage now, me, I feel like the advantage is only for maybe the
young
young adults,
adults.
like
Yes.
that's in the house. But then on the parent side, is that not a disadvantage?
Do you know that there are some parents who actually love when their children are in the house with them till they are ready to settle down?
Well,
So-
I will interpret that as parents actually loving maybe the presence of their children, wanting
Yes.
them to be, but not in that. If you ask me, I feel like maybe they want to see them, but not when it becomes something like you have to live in their house. I'll still be taking care of you. You still ask me, mommy, my slippers are cut. How old are you? You're
How
saying your
old are
slippers are cut. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
All right, my name is John,
And John, where have you called us from this afternoon?
calling from Northbank.
Welcome to the show, John. So let us hear from you. We are talking about young adults still living in their parents' house.
Okay, yes, I've been following up the program. Hello, Felicity, by the way.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Okay, so I don't think there is anything wrong
Okay.
with an adult living in their parents' house for a long time.
Okay.
What matters is the reason and attitude.
Mm.
In many cultures, family homes are shared across generations, and it actually strengthens family bond in the long run. However, if an adult is living with their parents without responsibility, growth, or contributions, like Felicity was pointing out,
Yes.
then it becomes a problem.
Okay.
But if the person is working, helping the household, saving money, or supporting their parents, then there's nothing shameful about it.
Okay. Okay.
Independence is not only about where you live, but about how responsible and self-reliant you are.
Yes.
So that's my take.
All right. Thank you so much, John, for calling in to be part of the show. John is saying that he actually doesn't see anything wrong with it. It just depends on the reason that person is still there and
Yes.
also the attitude. And you also mentioned something that independence is not about where you live, but how you're able to take responsibility and all of those things. But then something we're talking about, okay, if this is not a burden for the parents as well. I've seen a situation where, my neighbor some time ago, she had, a daughter that was staying with her, and she was working, providing this and that, but she kept complaining that, you should go, and even if you're you have everything and you're providing, you should stay somewhere else, because people will be seeing you and be feeling like you're still at your father's house by now, and you're still at your mom's house, all those things, different kind of
Yes,
talk.
yes.
So I feel like in as much as some parents actually want their children to be there, to actually remain their, young adult children, to actually remain in their house with them, not remain, like they want their presence, but not for them to be staying there. I don't know if you get what I am saying.
I understand what you're saying. You're trying to say that some parents want to feel their children's presence, but not, let me say, like permanently or in the long run.
And I feel like it even makes it hard for maybe your parents to be proud of you when you're there, when you're living there with them. I don't know. That is on a side note. It's just like observation from, different things. I feel like it makes it hard for parents to actually be proud of or even see that you're doing something. Even when you're doing something, it becomes laziness. When you're lying down to rest, it becomes should I say laziness, or let's not go into that too much. Let's keep let us also get your opinion, so you also can call in to be part of the show, and the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
This is SPEEDy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And this afternoon on the show, we are talking about young adults still living in their parents' house, still living with their parents. What do you think about it? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's good? Do you think it limits their growth? Do you think it makes them too comfortable and they might struggle to actually make decisions, for themselves later? Or, hello? Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the show, sir.
My one take is that from the young adults, they need some guidance from their parents. Because some young adults, if they are far from their parents, if kids that they will go astray. But if they are closer to their parents, at least even who they move with, if the person is about somebody, at least the parent will see and maybe guide him for his life. But if it's far from them, you'll be taking another different life which maybe didn't train him. And before they know, they will go back. So at least you should stay for a long time with them to see if it's sensible enough.
Would you say, Mr. Bello Musa, would you say they should stay until maybe they are ready to settle down on their own, like have their own family?
Yeah, yes, that is good.
Okay.
So if they are away from their parents, at least they will not, because there are some adults that they will even 40, they don't have they need guidance. But some at least, even some are 20, I think they can guide themselves. So they depend on their own sense.
Okay.
If they can take care, they know what is good and bad at 20. They can even go.
Okay.
There are some that even at 35, 40 need guidance.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show, Mr. Bello Musa. And we heard him. He is saying that one, it depends on the kind of person, the young adults that in question, because he says people are different. There are some people that even at 35, they still need that guidance. And while some people even at 20, they have already matured, and already known what to do with their life, known everything like that. So, and it's not, according to him, it's not a bad thing. It's just an opportunity for them to actually still learn more and for the parents to still see that my child is doing my child is on the right path. But I feel like personally at that age where they are still maybe between, should we say 25 to and above, let's use there, at that age, I feel like they start having different views. This is why we keep seeing parents and children who don't agree with each other, because maybe the person is saying that this is what I want to do with my life, and then my mother is talking about a marriage. Like me, I'm seeing my own vision like, okay, this is what I want to do, I want to be here for now, this is what I want. And there will not be that disagreement in the house, because parents are saying this, the child has gone to the extent that he wants to be taking his own decisions. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Marysyntia, Asking Radio.
Good afternoon to you too.
Of interest. I'm Sylvester from Nedbank.
Welcome to the show, Sylvester.
About 75. Okay?
Yes.
That is my age group for now.
Okay.
There is disadvantage in everything and there is advantage in everything, right?
Okay.
The two parties are vice versa. Now, my closest neighbor about 3 or 4 days ago, I was asking one of his sons, of our son anyway, the woman is a widow lady. Some of our children are members with her, right? And the one who has just finished university among them, he has already gone for service. But when he returns, he was still living with the mother. So 4 or 3 days ago, I went to the compound and I asked the mother, I'm not seeing this young man again for some days now. The mother said, no, I don't go rent your own house. You don't want anybody to interfere in his own affairs now. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
As I said now, as a man, if you are growing, you have to have your privacy. You understand? Now, somebody above 30 something living with the parents. Now, there are even ladies now who wants to marry somebody who is not living with the parents. Because of things like if they come to meet the mother-in-law, the house is not going to be comfortable for them to stay. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
I've seen an experience where the woman say, no, if the husband does not rent house, it's no more going to stay with you. Because of the mother-in-law. Because the mother-in-law interferes with their marriage life. So there are advantages in many things. There are disadvantages in many things. As a young man, like me talking to you, I was not up to 25 years when I left my own village here in Benue State.
Wow,
Lagos.
okay.
I started hustling on my own. This is why I started my life. I got married in Lagos. Then around some years, I got my wife home to come and see my parents. Already by then, I've been having almost 2 or 3 children already before I come with my wife. So there are some things then you do. There are some areas you look at life. You understand?
Yes.
Because many adults say too much of anything is bad. Sometimes you become a burden to the parents, even though you are helpful, even though you are providing. You understand? So it is only a woman who is up to that age and she's not yet married. Then you cannot advise her to go and rent an apartment and stay as a free person. You understand? But for a man, there is a stage a man up to 30 years and you are still living with your parents, you are married or you are not married. In fact, as a man, at times you don't feel comfortable again because your mother, your dad may interfere with your private life and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So there is good and bad in everything in life. So due to my own experience, when once you are becoming an adult, growing up, looking at life, for you to have your privacy is one of the best ways out of life.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Baba75, for calling in to be part of the show. We heard from him, and I feel like you have something to answer to Felicity because, well, he is saying that even if you're providing, I know you mentioned something like, okay, if the person is providing,
Yes,
but some, okay, that one, it's okay. Now, Sylvester is saying that, okay, even if that person is providing, it gets to a point where it will still become like a burden to the parents. What would not be the burden, or would you know about that? What would not be the burden, like if the person is providing?
maybe it could be like what you said earlier about people talking, and maybe I don't know really no, but I think maybe people talking, and maybe some parents just want to see their children grow like on their own and have their own independence. That
I keep hearing when someone say if somebody is seeing you every time, the person no longer has respect for you, or the person will be looking down on you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Marysyntia. Felicity.
Good afternoon, Evangelist.
Thank you. God bless you.
Welcome to the show.
Okay, thank you. My own is like a question. Those young men that they are living with their parents, they are not contributing anything, and they are waiting for their parents to die so that they will inherit everything. Those things they are doing, is it good or bad? Now I want to hear, is it good or bad thing?
Okay.
I want them to hear this answer. Help me to answer them.
Okay. Thank you so much, Evangelist Peter, for calling in to, play your own part. So Evangelist Peter Ovanya has asked the question, all those young men that are living with their parents and then waiting for them to, leave this world so that they can inherit all their properties. Is it good or bad? If you're one of those persons they're talking about, call in and answer if it's good or bad. Or well, even if you're not, let us hear your opinion. Evangelist has thrown a question there. Is it good or bad to stay in your house and be waiting for your parents to pass on so that you can actually inherit their property. Anyways, the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
Call in and be part of the show. This is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
So call in and let us hear your opinion. Meanwhile, Felicity, well, you were given advantage, right?
Yes.
And you said one of the advantages financial burden will be lifted up. That means you're transferring it to the parents, right? So what is another advantage that you
Another advantage is that a caller said, you'll be the young adults, the adults will be able to get advice and be able to learn more and grow more if the person is living with the parents. Maybe if like he or she needs an advice. I mean, if you are living on your own, you could also call your parents if you are confused about something. But if you are living with them, your parents will also be able to see how you are growing and will be able to correct you in the ways that, because it's not everybody that matures even at 25. There are some people that do not even mature at 25.
Okay.
So if they are under their parents will be able to see how they are growing and correct them, and they'll also be able to learn more.
Okay.
And another advantage, I think there'll be opportunities to plan your future better. For example, if you are still in school, if you are trying to build a career or start a business, you could stay with your parents and let me say just finish that phase, and then let me say when you start your career, when you get a job or start a business or finish school, then you'll be able to move to your own house.
So those are the advantages for you. You also can call in to be part of this conversation, and the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
We are talking about young adults still living with their parents. What do you think about that? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? How do you think that it helps them or affects them? Is it negatively or positively? Are there advantages or disadvantages? Well, call in and let us hear what you know. And also, Evangelist Peter has asked a question there about, he said, what of those young men that stay in their parents' house and be waiting for their parents to pass on so that they can inherit properties. That is, I don't even know what to say about that thing, but let me push it to you, Felicity. Let me hear what you have to. How would you attempt to answer Evangelist's question?
For me, I think I do not agree with it, and I do not. For me, it's a no. I don't think it's a good thing for a young adult. I mean, you are just there in your father's house. You are not planning your future. You don't have anything of your own, and you do not plan to have.
Hello.
Hello, Sylvester again back.
Okay.
Welcome back to the show.
Sylvester again back to you.
Baba 75, we can hear you.
The question the evangelist asked, a very sensitive question. Some people who have that type of mindset. They are not more than the lazy ones. The Bible describes them as the lazy ones.
Okay.
They don't want to work. And at the end of the day, with experience, if the parents dies and they inherit property, the property of their parents are not going to last with them. They squander their parents' property. They squander the inheritance. None of them don't succeed at the evening time of their life. You understand?
Yes.
Because the Almighty Creator created you to work hard and enjoy the work of your hand. You understand?
Yes.
Now you wait for your father or your mother to work hard, then you enjoy their own labor. Just that the enjoyment will not last long.
Okay.
Because the experience have shown, physical outlook of things have shown that many people who inherited such property, they don't utilize it. They don't know how to manage it.
Okay.
Because they don't know how the money comes. They don't know how their parents gather the property. If the only child is having that mindset, it's more or less a lazy child. Totally lazy person.
Okay.
Because as far as you are a human person, try to work with your own hands. Then do something. Even if your father have more than 20 houses, if you have got your own 2 or 3 houses before your father died, what is wrong with that one? Are you waiting until when your father died? In fact, it's not to encourage you.
All right.
If any child is having that very mindset, let the child wake up. Start go and work hard, labor. Use your hand and work.
All right.
So that you can listen to some people who are in need.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Sylvester, for calling in to be part of the show again. Evangelist Peter, I hope that has answered your question. No, we heard from someone with so much experience. And he says that is laziness and you should wake up. If you have that kind of mindset, it's called laziness. And you should wake up. So, well, you can still call in to be part of the show. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464.
That is 0808 427 5464.
This is Speedy Talk on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
So, Felicity, you spoke about the advantages. Well, let's hear the disadvantages. You even said there are more, right? So, let us hear about them.
The disadvantages could be delayed independence. If you stay with your parents for too long, you'll not have all these life experiences, and you not actually know what budgeting is, and all these other things, like even cooking for the ladies. Some girls are with their parents and they do not do anything at home, even to that
age 29. You're still waiting for mommy to cook for you.
Not exactly. Maybe it's not mommy sometimes. Maybe the house help or something. So they do not know how to cook. They don't know how to manage the house, manage bills, how to budget, and how to make independent decisions if you are with your parents. And another thing could be they'll get too comfortable. Yes, you'll not be able to move out of your comfort zone because everything is provided to you. So you are not struggling for anything. You don't have any real life experience, and you're not motivated to push yourself to do better. Yes, and to do better things in life. And also lack of privacy. Because if you are in your parents' house now, your parents will have every single thing to say about the things that you do and your own decisions.
And I also feel like sometimes our parents don't understand where we are coming from at first. Maybe until when results start showing, that is when they know that, okay, this is what my daughter meant, this is what my son meant. I feel like sometimes, like, parents now, it's their duty to worry. I feel like that's a natural thing that God has put for them. And then they are worried, okay, you're taking the wrong decision. You're trying to do something that is too risky and this and that, but then you have set your mind, you have actually strategized, and you actually know how you're going to do about it, but then you have to deal with your parents maybe worrying how it's going to turn out. So I feel like that one too, when it comes to, like you mentioned, some of those decisions, I feel like it affects that one as well. Like, when you're trying to do things, even career wise, and they're still telling you, then when will you actually learn? To be honest, that's one of the disadvantages that we think about as well, because if they're doing it for you, or you always have somebody to come and ask, like, do this for me, or help me think about this, why you just sit down and wait for answers, then where will you actually learn to use your own head, or maybe try to do something for yourself? And I personally feel like there is a certain age that people get to, that they have to mingle with people their age group, be outside, live alone, have that freedom to do some things, to be able to actually know how it works. Because if they just tell you the stories, our parents might probably be speaking from what they experience, in their own time, but times have changed, right? And we have to learn at some point. So how do you do that when you're still at home? Or do you think it's possible to still be doing that when you're still at home?
I don't think it's possible though, because, there are some, should I say, very stubborn people that even if their parents are saying, don't do this, they'll still go ahead and do it. But it's just going to be too much, there'll be too much conflict if you are doing something and your parents do not agree and you're staying in their house. Sometimes to reach an extent where, let me say, the father will be like, yeah, in my house, you're not supposed to do this. I'm telling you not to do this because you are in my house.
You are in my house. If you want to do that,
my house, my rules.
Go and get your house if you want to behave like that.
And another disadvantage could be, let me say, social pressure, because we're talking about now, right? So many people are going to be like, you're at your age, you're not supposed to be. Who stays in the person's house in this era? Back then I could say that maybe back then it would be a normal something, maybe let me say culture, that a child or an adult, a young adult stays with the parents till they get a job, 30, till they get a job, or till marriage. But now the thing is frowned upon by so many people. Like, at your age, you're supposed to be in your house, in your own house. You're supposed to have your own job, your own source of income, and or not depending on your parents for everything.
Okay, well, it's left for you to take all of this information that you've heard from different people and then come up with something wise to do for yourself. And at this point, we'll come to the end of Speedy Talk for today. And I've been your host on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, together with
Felicity Girgir.
And also coming up next at 3:55 p.m. if today is your birthday, then wow, Speedy Kids are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. And also up next at 4 p.m. the Speed Lane comes on. Right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And until then, keep enjoying music of your life. And don't forget to remember to make wise decisions only.
You get business, you get organization. You want me to hear you for radio.